Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We're due for a random run, so I ran. We got Maggie. It's gonna be a good time. I'm feeling good. Morale is high. It's been a good run of form lately, hasn't it? We've had 3 wins in a row in 3 largely different circumstances. One of those wins took place largely as a result of picking up Mom's knife. I just thought about, like, do I want to reroll Black Bean? Then I realized I just have the Yum Heart instead. So Black Bean, I mean, it's not the best item in the game, but it might have the best item description in the game. For some reason, I just can't stop laughing at the idea of having panic farts, but, like, that would be really debilitating if you had it in real life. It's something that you could, like, laugh about, but it's actually not that funny if you were the person suffering from it. Which means it is high comedy for an Adam Sandler film, but in any case, yeah, we won one of those games as a result, in all likelihood, of having Mom's knife. Then we had one where I put my dollars into the donut holes and ended up getting Guppy. That was my way of saying I played with some risk, shall we say, and ended up getting Guppy. Dare we use the world card on this floor and try to get the secret room? I'm gonna say that the answer to that question is no, because if we use the world card on the next floor and find the secret room, if we have 2 bombs, that might allow us a way to bomb into the item room or the shop if necessary. So I think it would be a little premature to use it here. There also might be a chance that there is no secret room on this floor, but anyway. Yeah, and then we won another one just by having really good rate of fire and things getting a little bit closer to the wire, but we ended up winning. Apparently my way of putting, when I say putting dollars in the donut holes, that's my way of saying we're at risk. Kind of a mixture of, like, money where your mouth is and dollars to donuts, which is just like saying, gee willikers, we're gonna have a good run. Anyway, let's kill Pin here. That should be easy. Maggie sucks a little bit, but her main advantage, obviously, is her HP. And the more of that we get, not necessarily diminishing returns on that, at least not yet, because I would love to give some of it away at a deal with the devil. So I guess considering the shop and the item room are both kind of adjacent to one another, just gonna pop the world card straight away, and we'll see. We could bomb our way into the shop, actually. We also got Loki's horns, which are, you know, again, an item that is a little bit of an objective improvement, but still not very good. I don't necessarily want to go to the secret room just yet. Instead, we might have a, we might get better returns, or a better yield, basically, by going to the secret room after we get a second bomb, because then we could bomb our way into the shop, even though it's very, very unlikely that we'll get to the 15 cents necessary to guarantee an item possibility, or the 7 cents necessary to guarantee the possibility. I don't know if you can guarantee a possibility, but in any case, it's also really unfortunate. The item room, sorry, not the item room, the secret room is in kind of an unideal situation on this floor. It would be much better if it was adjacent to the boss trap room, so for 1 extra bomb I could get probably another attribute upgrade, but oh well. We did get a second bomb, so at least if we don't get very much money, we can come back here and open up this tinted rock, maybe get the small rock, maybe get some spirit hearts, maybe get some keys. Keys would be useful. Or, I don't know. A tarot card that gives us temperance would allow us to go into that boss trap room, but it's pretty unlikely at this point. Alright, Double Gertie Jr. is terrible luck for us. What is good luck is that I got the panic fart off on both of them, so that did a decent amount of poison damage. But I would pretty much abandon all hope of me getting a deal with the devil on this floor, unless the game is feeling extremely generous. Gertie Jr. is just a bad draw, kind of, especially 2 Gertie Jr.'s when I'm not particularly fast and not particularly strong. There's probably a way to do a lot better on this fight than I actually did, but so be it. That's fine. We got the coin purse, and there's nothing we can really do about that, so we're just gonna... Oh my god, it's 4 of the same pill. This has never happened to me. Please be good. Please be good. Okay, well, you know what? That's just like picking up a little bit better than Halo of Flies, because it gives us a full suite here. That's okay. I don't want that tinted, or sorry, I don't want that spirit heart yet. Reason being, maybe I'd end up losing it before the end of the floor, but yeah, I mean, imagine how good that would have been if we had gotten 4 health upgrades or 4 tears upgrades. That would have been incredible, but that's okay. That's okay as well. I'm totally fine getting a full suite of orbitals, and not because Halo of Flies usually, ooh, that, we'll save that. Halo of Flies usually only gives you, here's what I'm thinking, actually. I know that I was on a train of thought there, but I think we might still be able to bomb our way into the boss trap room if the second secret room is adjacent to this. And the reason I'm also doing this is because there's a tinted rock nearby, so... Alright, it didn't end up working, but we traded a bomb for a key, which is fine. Which means we could still go to the shop here if we wanted to, because we got a second key, but that's okay. We're gonna use 1 bomb to go to the secret room. Sorry, tinted rock, but secret room's probably a little bit more useful for me right now. We got 7 cents It's a very tricky situation, because I would much rather... I mean, I would much rather have 15 cents, that's obvious, but I would much rather use my key to go to a guaranteed shop that doesn't have a greed in it for sure, because we're only on the cellar part 2, than use it on a than use it on a golden chest. So let's try it out. And that's basically what I gambled on, is if there was no 7-cent item in there, I just spent 5 cents to buy a key. So we lost 5 cents on that gamble. I could come back down here, and probably will come back down here and open this golden chest, because we have no chance of going to the shop on the next floor, and that ended up turning into like another 7 cents, or I guess that was 6 cents right there. That turned into another 6 cents for me, so weirdly enough, let me think if I had done that in any other order. We'd have like 14 cents right now. And then, okay, so we still wouldn't have been able to buy the battery even if I used that key to open the golden chest to start with. That's reassuring, I guess. Down to the next floor, kind of a weird situation. If you're wondering why I am... Yeah, we'll open this straight away. Lifesteal is lifesteal. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. That's pretty much how the run has gone so far, I would say. If you're wondering why I'm keeping the Pretty Fly pill, it's, you know, I would love to get rid of it and just never have to think about the fact that it's in my inventory again. But there is the, not even a ridiculously unlikely chance. There's a chance that I end up getting 2 cubes of meat. Sorry, 3 cubes of meat. Okay, that's actually more unlikely now that I think about it. But if we get 3 cubes of meat, then we'll lose one of our orbitals, and I can use this Pretty Fly pill to replace one of the orbitals. But in all likelihood, we'll probably just end up, you know, losing this when we leave a floor to pick up a pill or a tarot card that's better and we want to save for later. But it's not the worst idea in the world to just hold on to it for now. Got very, very lucky and found the secret room as a result of taking 100 years to fight this room. We also got a key, which could allow us to go to the shop, and the money necessary to allow us to make good use of that shop. So, that's pretty good. May end up very well fighting a greed on that shop, but that's okay too. And what did we miss out on the shop on the last floor? I didn't really lampshade it too much. We missed out on the battery, which is another... Someone talked to me on Twitter, and they said, have you noticed that nickels and dimes are dropping way more frequently in Isaac? And I was like, yeah, I mean, they have been dropping way more frequently for me, but that's probably just anecdotal evidence, and it still probably is just anecdotal evidence. But they have been dropping like crazy, even though, you know, I say that it's anecdotal evidence, even though a second person brought it up to me. But that's not statistically, you know, significant necessarily. But maybe something's been augmented in the game. I don't know. I don't think Isaac's downloaded a patch or anything recently. Maybe it's just hard programmed into the game that at the end of March or the start of April, there start to be way more high money drops. But whatever. 26 cents is amazing. If we had this on the last floor, we could have picked up the battery, which would have been nice. Battery plus Yum Heart is a decent combination for staying alive, for sure. Another decent combination for staying alive. Bell-bottom pants and a polyester shirt, but I digress. We're gonna finish off this boss. I mean, it's been a very comfortable run so far, but the fact that we're taking so long to defeat one of the easiest bosses that we could possibly be fighting at this point of the game should let you know that from an offensive standpoint, we're in a pretty dire situation here. I mean, it's not lost at all yet, not even close, but we are approaching parts of the game where if we ended up not having the most generous boss fights that the game could possibly give us, we could pretty easily find ourselves in a very difficult position. But this is an easy boss fight. We should be able to earn a deal with the devil as a result of not taking damage on the fight or the floor so far. And there we go. And we also get Cat of Nine Tails. Beautiful. I'm very glad that that showed up. So we get Guppy's Tail and Spirit of the Night. I have to take Spirit of the Night. No question about it, even though it costs us more HP than I would be comfortable with usually. We'll take Cat of Nine Tails as well, you know, just to have something to do, basically. And we'll move on. So I would not consider that to be the best deal with the devil of all time. The ability to fly is quite nice. I'm happy to have it. How did that guy sneak? I called absolute shenanigans on that. You watch them phase over the poop in order to get out. That hardly seems fair. Alright, but they stand no chance. And I'll be able to snag an extra key there. That feels pretty good. 2 keys should not make me feel like the richest man in the world, but I know that I can open a couple of doors now, and that's, you never know what's going to be behind those. Okay, but damage, still, you know, we've improved our defense a little bit as a result of getting Spirit of the Night. It's a great item. It's going to allow us to get a lot more consumables as well, in all likelihood, especially on the catacombs and beyond, the caves and beyond, if you will. But we really need more tiers upgrades. We've only had one, and it was Loki's Horns, which is not the best rate of fire upgrade at all. We had Cat of Nine Tails, which is not a tiers upgrade. We really need to pick up something that's going to augment our damage a little bit, and another key is amazing. Okay, Mom's Purse is a no-brainer pickup, and even though it's going to cost us a lot of money, I do think it's way more prudent for us to buy this key than to leave this key down there. So I'm trying to shoot the fire. I mean, I'm just, at this point, I'm like, I might as well check every available opportunity just to see if maybe there's a nickel inside of it, because apparently that's what we do now. We found a half red heart. I don't think I've been hit, like, at all over the course of this run, much to my surprise. I was gonna say chagrin, but that would have been absolutely mistaken. And I did open that golden chest. For 5 cents, we ended up picking up something along the lines of maybe 3 cents and 3 bombs, as well as some red hearts that I can't use yet, but well, I probably won't be able to use on this floor unless we get a temperance card. But we'll also have the chance to get some consumables after this as well, and another key would be amazing if it managed to drop. But I would say that's a pretty good return on our investment. Bombs are nice. It's nice to have them. If we find some tinted rocks, that would be great in order to maybe get a small rock or something along those lines, because as of right now, I'll take basically any damage upgrade I can get, whether that's DPS, pure damage, tier effects, changing things. Mom's knife I would definitely pick up. Don't kid yourself into thinking I'm so virtuous. I mean, look at how long it's taking us to deal with just a very, very simple mob trap room on the catacombs. I mean, the catacombs are more difficult than the caves, of course, but we should not be taking this long at this point in the game if we want to entertain any chance of winning, basically. Pop up, please. Mind you, we also aren't getting hit, which is kind of amazing, so maybe if this run just continues like this, I have nothing to worry about. And, I mean, we should be on the caves next anyway. So, well, in all likelihood. Actually, it's probably 50-50 whether we'll end up on the caves or the catacombs, so, but if we end up on the caves, then my damage will go a lot further than it does on this floor, where we're fighting some of the hardier enemies. But imagine if I had ended up against, Mask of Infamy or something, or if I end up against Mask of Infamy in the future with this amount of damage, we're not going to have a very good chance of making that run fall in our favor, I would say. But, pretty decent floor, all things considered. Mom's purse is only as great as the second trinket we get, but, well, we need a first trinket. I was just assuming that that would be the Polaroid, obviously, but I guess we'll see as we head down to the next floor. Good play so far. Dubious item drops, but we're still in this for sure. What was the other item in here that I didn't want? Guppy's tail. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. If this was on the second floor, then I probably would pick up Guppy's tail just to give myself a chance to become Guppy later. I do think Spider Butt does beat Mom's heart, or sorry, Yum Heart in this situation. I gotta remember we don't have the battery though. But anyway, yeah. If it was the second floor, I might have been a little bit more aggressive, just to have a good chance to become Guppy later in the run, but for where we stand right now, that was actually a really good Spider Butt usage. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it did take all of the fistula parts one away from just dying, which is awesome. And also, one of them just exploded because it was over a gap when it went off, which is interesting. But anyway, yes, we probably have a very slim chance of becoming Guppy. We haven't even seen, like, any curse rooms so far, which is kind of crazy, so I don't think taking Guppy's tail would be a great idea in this situation. Plus, we have, like, not enough keys. We've been doing okay on keys, adequate on keys, and you know, that's the most important thing, is just having enough keys to provide for yourself, but certainly we can't really justify picking up Guppy's tail. I don't think I need to explain myself on that one. I think everyone's probably more or less on the same page. So, Spider Butt is, you know, even though I picked it up instead of Yum Heart, not Young Heart, that's, oh, that was close. Continues to be very close. I think that might be the first bit of damage we took over the course of this entire run. So I feel okay about that still. We are in the catacombs anyway. Yeah, Spider Butt is not great. It just is what it is, which is adequate, I guess. I'm really hoping there's an arcade on this floor. We could really use some attribute upgrades. Keep in mind, what have we had from our boss room so far? We've only had 3. We had an HP upgrade, we had a Halo of Flies, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But, then we also, I will go to the shop eventually, then we also had a shot speed upgrade. So we've only had 1 HP upgrade. Loki's Horns is a Tears upgrade, but sort of a dubious one, if you will. It is what it is, but I don't think Spider Butt's really useful in this room, so we'll save it. Probably more useful on the boss, if anything. What I'm getting at is we need more damage, tiers, and health. We need all 3 of the big 3. And hopefully we can make that happen. Otherwise, this is going to be a very long and trying run. Our shop could really benefit us if we find something like Blue Candle in there, something like the Compass. Yeah, you know, we'll pop Spider Butt here, because it is useful. And this is, the arcade's great for us because, you know, like, there's 3 potential outcomes, and they overlap with one another. But what do I need here? I want 15 cents. That should be doable by playing this blood bank. I want to get into that boss trap room. There's our 15 cents. That will be doable by playing this blood bank. And I want the HP upgrade plus speed upgrade. that will be doable by playing this blood bank. So we got up to 18 cents there. The real question is, do I want to check out the shop or the boss trap room first? And the answer to that question, I think, almost unequivocally, is we want to check out the boss trap room first. Wanted to see if maybe greed's in here. It's not. So we have a ton of money. The reason we check out the boss trap room first is if it's an HP upgrade, we want to get that early. Or even if it's a damage or a tears upgrade, we want to get that early, so if we go into the shop and we end up fighting greed, we're at less risk of dying, I think. Even though, ostensibly, you would probably think that the bosses are going to be harder than greed, I don't know. I seem to get hit by greed more often. So there's our HP upgrade that I had wanted. So we're going to end up fighting 1 Monstro and then 2 Larry Juniors, which honestly, I will take that over a greed fight any day of the week. That's pretty good in my eyes. We now, after this, will go to the shop, and I fully expect to be fighting greed on the shop, by the way. That's not something I'm going to be too perturbed by. We're probably going to take a lot of damage in the process of that, if I had to guess. And if we don't end up fighting greed, that would be wonderful. That would be truly a coup for us to be able to pick up another item, hopefully for free, and hopefully, well, not for free, but hopefully a good item, I should say, not Notched Axe. And not even the map at this point. I would prefer... We're getting up to the point where I really need good items. And even though I've only been hit once or twice, basically, on this entire run, I do really feel like we need a lot more items here to have any chance of winning. I think this is going to be one of those glorious... That was very close. This is going to be one of those glorious runs where, you know, we're not going to go out in, like... we're not going to go out slowly. We're going to go out with a bang. There we go. There's some more panic. Oh, you know, I was totally wrong. You know how many times we got hit against... Gertie Jr.? I should really stop tooting my horn when I took like 4 damage against Gertie Jr. I haven't been hit on this run yet, except for that boss fight where I got hit like 4 times. Lost a deal with the devil and put myself in a permanent tailspin for the rest of the run. Real clever, Northernlion. We got Black Bean. That's maybe why I feel like I'm doing so badly. I'm not getting hit enough to make good use of Black Bean. Wishful thinking. Anyway. We have a boss fight approaching. Really want to get the deal with the devil there. Okay, that was beautiful. Additionally, it should probably go without saying, but if possible, I would love to finish off that blood bank so I have a really good chance to get that HP upgrade. At this point, we need one of the traits at the very least. We need either... if I use Spider Butt as I walk into this mini-boss room, I will be able to get another charge for the boss fight. Not that Spider Butt is a huge determiner of success, but it's nice to have it. But anyway, I need either damage, rate of fire, or health, and health seems to be the closest one. Probably should have waited on the Spider Butt until we got a little bit further into the fight, but at least now I know that I won't forget. And it did what? Probably 3 tiers worth of damage. And my tiers don't do a whole lot of damage, so I shouldn't feel too good about that. This Envy fight is going to take 1,000 years. Just prepare yourself for that possibility. What do I want out of this? Attack Fly, man. If we could get the Attack Fly, that would be probably in the top 2 or 3 items that we've gotten so far. Which is kind of sad to say, because normally Attack Fly is one of those things that you get. It's like getting a mint after dinner, right? You're like, well, that doesn't make the dinner better, but it is nice to have if you're a fan of mint anyway. If you're not, maybe with like one of those chocolates or something like that. So Attack Fly is like, oh, that's a nice little, you know, little miniature dessert or something. It helps us out a little bit. My enjoyment is improved as a result. And we could get it here if I just avoid shooting that blue Envy. We'll see if that's going to be likely. Let's just wait for him to get out of the way, and we'll take out the other smaller ones here. Oh, Loki's horns actually are accidentally making me shoot him a little bit more often. We are only going to have one of these blue Envies, so gotta be very cautious. Oh, okay, that was really close. If you kill the blue Envy last, that is what gives you the chance of getting Attack Fly as opposed to Shoot the Whoop. That was so stupid of me, but at least we did kill it last, even though we didn't get what I wanted. It was bad damage to take, though, obviously. Anyway, that analogy, or metaphor, I guess it's technically a simile, but I vote that we should get rid of the terminology simile, because nobody says, oh, that's a simile. The only time you point out that something's a simile is when you're like, oh, well, actually, that's not a metaphor, it's a simile. So why don't we just get rid of similes and say, you know, a metaphor is a metaphor, you know? Range upgrade, that's something for us, I suppose. We still got this, we've had such easy boss fights so far. I feel so bad complaining about this run, but we really need some offensive, like a chutzpah. That was probably the best bomb I've ever dropped on a boss fight. The best 2 bombs I've ever dropped anyway in quick succession. And of course we get a speed upgrade. Thank you very much, sir. May I have another? I'm doing what I can. I think you have to admit that I'm really genuinely trying here, and I think I've played reasonably well. I've taken some stupid damage, but probably less than I would take on an average run. I am going pretty hard on trying to get the blood bag here, and I think that's something that we need to do, in all honesty. But what I'll do is I'll play it prudently. I don't want to go down to half of a heart. Wow, that's a lot of money. I don't want to go down to half of a heart. I think that would be a very bad decision for me. So instead, I'll just play these guys until I get down to like 15 cents. And if we get down to 15 cents and don't have anything, then I'll blow everything up and then we'll leave, I guess. But as of right now, I'm just winning a lot of money. This could be a good way to launder our money into keys as well, which would be nice for the remainder of the game. But we need some payouts at least. Hearts are good. I'll take them. Yeah, there we go. That's a heart and a half. We'll gamble that heart and a half away because really, yeah, there we go. I was going to say the fastest way for us to get an HP upgrade, or for us to get all of our HP back, is to just get the blood bag. So that worked out well. I'm glad I went back, but we're in a bit of a tight spot. No question about it. Good news is, on this floor, it appears that greed is in the secret room, so we can either go to that or avoid it if we'd rather do that, and I think I'd, honestly, at this point, probably rather avoid it. We have our first curse room, I think. It's at least the first curse room I've seen, which, again, gives us another chance at snagging a deal with the devil item, which is something that I very much desire in my life. Anything that could give us any improved damage at this point, and we have the keys necessary to do what I want to do, so, I mean, we're not sunk, are we? We're just, we're in kind of a shitty spot. And it's the weirdest shitty run, because it's going well. Like, if you looked at this and you were, like, evaluating the performance of this run so far, you'd say, like, you know, he's not running away with it, but it looks like he's doing comfortably, and I am. But maybe I shouldn't be, in some ways. Money equals power is an awesome get for us. That is a damage upgrade. As of right now, we've gotten about, yeah, pretty much like 1 damage upgrade, like 0.96 damage. But it means, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. It means for sure we'll fight greed. And it completely changes like the way that I focus this run. Now I'm focused on actually picking up money, which is good if we find more blood banks. That's amazing. But I may not want to buy something from the shop unless at this point it's basically gotta be blue candle. Which is good, you know, blue candle is worth paying 15 cents for. We might want to go fight greed before we check out the shop. I don't even know if there's a way to avoid that kind of turn of events. Oh, that's amazing. But yeah, we may want to fight greed first, just in case we get like the Steam sale that could save us 1/3 of a damage upgrade, basically. Remember, damage upgrades are like, how would you say, continuous, not discrete. So 1/3 of a damage upgrade really is just like plus 0.3 damage. So we'll check out our secret room here. Hopefully, I'm glad it's not super greed, that's for sure. And Spider Butt did a little bit of damage, and we're doing, whoa, not way more damage than we used to be, but a noticeable amount more damage than we used to be. And that's a very good thing, I would say. Steam sale is not really what I want here, to be honest with you. You got a key back, which is nice. But Steam sale does mean if we do buy items from the shop, we will get, you know, like, we'll save money, so that means we save damage. But that's not a huge benefit for us. Is that 2 of diamonds? Oh, it is. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. Now, I did get rid of the pretty fly. Well, I didn't get rid of it. I'm just not using it right now. Why don't I pop the 2 of diamonds card right away? Because if we save this until we get to like 45 cents or something like that, then it becomes a huge damage bonus for us. And it already is a huge damage bonus for us if I just pop it. But I have to look at this shop and kind of weigh what the shop has relative to how much I want that extra damage that I would get from doubling the amount of money that I would spend on the shop and turning it into damage. I don't know what to do about this devil card. So I say we just take the 2 of diamonds card with us for now. And I'm making our way up to the shop here. I hit the wrong key there. I feel like a total idiot. I meant to hit the spacebar to use Spider Butt, but instead I hit Q to use the 2 of diamonds card. So let's just imagine that I never went through that theory crafting part, and I'm just a big ding-dong and popped it right away. It's unideal, but getting the 2 of diamonds card is still a great boost for us. Inside of our shop, we have the Nun's Habit, which I was going to buy anyway, so I guess it makes more sense to... In the end, this actually ended up being the right way to do it, sort of. There are more ideal ways to do it. I'm not going to buy the Spirit Heart, just because we don't need it. And instead, I'll, we'll make sure not to leave that Eternal Heart, is what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, why do I say that it actually ended up being kind of an ideal way to do it? Well, we would have ended up buying the Nun's Habit anyway. So, you don't want to double before... Or, sorry, you don't want to double after buying the Nun's Habit, because then you lost out on 14 cents. of damage, essentially, instead of just the 7 cents that you would spend on the shop. So the order of handling things was right, but it probably still would have been better for us to explore the rest of the floor and see just how much money we could get just from random drops, like that one that had 11 cents in it, for example, which would have become 22 cents. It's probably not going to be a big deal in the whole scheme of things. We are fairly close already to maxing out our damage, but it could have made a difference. So yes, you're right, I made a mistake, but luckily it doesn't appear that I'm going to be really punished for it. There's more money back here, so we maybe would have had to, we maybe would have been able to make a swing of like 20 or 30 cents, which would have been awesome. But anyway, definitely not going to use the devil card on Monstro 2. And just by picking up money equals power, we have picked up basically plus 2.4 damage. 2.56, I guess, because every penny that you get as a result of money equals power gives you 0.04 damage. You can check my math on that one, but I think it's accurate. And what we are going to do here is just enjoy that, basically. I do think we have a very realistic chance of getting a deal with the devil as well. And if we can pick up a mom's knife in addition to this, I don't think too many people out there would begrudge me, given the damage that we've been kind of suffering from a lack of over the course of this entire run. I mean, we're already like 30 minutes into the video almost, and I'm not even past the depths part 1. Oftentimes I would be like at the chest by now. So Tears upgrade is amazing. That's something I'm content to have. And we have Demon Baby and 9 lives. Neither of which really appeal to me, so I guess we're just going to be grabbing our Eternal Heart and leaving this floor. And on the next floor, I kind of fully expect to find an arcade, and with the arcade, we'll be able to gamble like crazy, probably get up to 99 cents, maybe snag another HP upgrade as well. That's good to go. So we did finally find a good reason to get rid of our Pretty Fly pill. We didn't need a good reason, we just needed a reason, but the Devil card is a good reason, so that's fantastic for us. Alright, so we're going to be at 6 HP, a decent amount of damage, full ability to fly, full speed of orbitals. It's coming around a little bit. It could be better, but it's good. It's good as is. I really hope that we're still on the depths when we go down to the next floor, and if so, and we start to snowball a little bit, I can actually see us pulling out a 4th win in a row, under very different circumstances than the previous ones that came before it. We are in the depths, there is an arcade. This is all very good news for us. We get a speed upgrade, basically meaningless, but what I'm really looking out for here is another key, because our shop definitely does not contain a mini-boss. I don't even think our secret room contains a mini-boss, but it's kind of hard to tell. I'm just looking at the compass, basically, and I can see that there's a mini-boss already on the level, so we're not going to be fighting greed, which is very nice. Every penny is worthwhile here. So I'm happy to pick it up, even though I normally consider it to be the worst consumable. I mean, it probably still is the worst consumable, but it's now better for us than it normally would be. Anyway, Red Heart. Can't use that yet, but the other thing to note is that we have an arcade, but we also have a boss trap room. So before I go and play that arcade, and I should play the arcade to try to win a key, even though it will cost us some damage, getting into the shop is maybe more important if we have to. I should open up like the corridor, basically, from the boss trap room to the arcade so that I can effectively kind of get low on health and then go get whatever items in there. That was bad damage for me. Also, we could get a whole lot. That's another Pretty Fly. We could get a whole lot of spider butt charges, I guess, as a result of having the Nun's Habit, but I really doubt that is going to prove to be overly useful for me. What a weird but strangely also still viable run. Really the only good damage item we've gotten so far is money equals power, and that's very much a your mileage may vary type item depending on the run, but luckily we've had a run that is very fiscally kind of powerful, so we can probably make this work. Justice is a card that'll give us a key, so I feel very good about that, if, you know, the other items are fine as well. But there we go, we've opened up the path that we need to take here, and now we can go back and open up the shop for sure. That's going to be our #1 priority. We know that there's not a greed in it, so that's amazing. We could maybe get Blue Candle, even though we have Nun's Habit, and that would render Blue Candle kind of worthless. We also had, you know, there's Book of Revelations. We'll use it just to, oh, that was actually a really dumb decision now that I think about it. I just traded a lot, well, I traded 0.28 damage for 1 Spirit Heart, which is terrible. The key is a good pickup, I feel. But, yeah, that was a dumb decision on my part. But the good news is, we'll probably be able to get a shit ton of money regardless, because we're about to play this arcade forever, basically. Or play this blood bank forever, basically. Oh, okay, well, IV Bag is actually, it sucks because we won't be able to snag the HP upgrade, but it's good because for every half heart that we spend, we'll be able to pick up 2 payouts, which is kind of good. But yeah, we'll be suffering a little bit from a health standpoint, but as you can see, we did just pick up a lot of money. None of those were nickels or dimes, which is kind of unfortunate. But we may end up coming back here. Gambling's a little risky, not risky, but gambling's a little touch and go because I don't want to, We don't want to pick that up yet. I don't want to gamble my money away because I'm basically gambling damage away, says the guy who just did that all to earn 1 Spirit Heart. Although in my defense, the Spirit Heart that we earned will protect us when we go into this boss trap room. But hopefully we'll come back and play that IV bag a little bit more just to have a good chance to get to 99 cents, you know? We're already at 77, that's pretty good. Having 4 damage upgrades, well, we don't have 4 yet, but when we get to 99, we basically have 4 damage up by way of money equals power exclusively, which is crazy. All right, be a little cooler here. You're taking some damage that, I'm talking to myself in the third person here, apparently. Taking some damage that I wouldn't necessarily consider to be very good. That was kind of the ultimate example right there. Just because you got a lot of health doesn't mean you can be cocky here, because you don't have a lot of health. You just have a lot of heart containers, and they're all empty right now. Doesn't matter how many bank accounts you got if there's no money in them. Now, Peep should be dead here. That'll do it, presumably. We get another key, which is actually a beautiful drop. And, yeah, we'll go pick up some red hearts. Feeling a little bit less bullish about playing the shit out of that IV bag. We're 22 cents away from 99. That's about, you know, 0.88 damage upgrades. But is that really going to be game-changing? Potentially. It would certainly be nice to have it. I'm not going to say that it wouldn't. Oh, right, I forgot we had lifesteal. That maybe makes me a little bit more on the positive side for playing the IV bag a little bit more, but we'll see. That was probably a circumstance where I should have taken damage. I didn't, and I ended up picking up a key, which is great. And we have another tinted rock, and those are pretty important right now, especially if we could just pick up a small rock. No, but we got a Spirit Heart, which again does insulate me from the effects of the adverse effects, at least, of playing the IV bag. So Spirit Hearts are actually quite nice in our situation here. We're going to be fighting Super Gluttony. This is kind of an ideal mini-boss fight for us right here because it gives me a pretty good chance to get an HP upgrade. If not an HP upgrade, it at least gives us health. Health is money right now. Money is power. Power is what we can use to actually win the game, hopefully. So Super Gluttony will be dead very soon. This is something like killing Super Gluttony this fast. Oh, we did get LARD for that as well, which is amazing. And Ace of Spades, which is one of the best trinkets we could probably hope for at this point. That's really, really awesome. And we're still so fast because we've had like 3 speed upgrades. Like a blood bag, the belt, and the syringe. Anyway, one of the syringes, I forget the name of it. So, killing the Super Gluttony that fast is something that would have been pretty much unfathomable a couple floors ago, but we made it happen here, which is great. Lard is a super good upgrade for us. How do you feel about this pill? I guess I gotta take it, right? Range upgrade is something, maybe this will insulate us from a range downgrade. Hey, that is full health. Oh shit, that's awesome. Okay. Before we fight Mom, I do want to press the issue and maybe have a chance to get to 99 cents or close to 99 cents. Was there anything else in here we wanted? There was a Spirit Heart? No, it was Book of Revelations. I mean, I should probably take Book of Revelations, I guess, to be honest with you. Especially if I'm gonna... Oh, wait, the IV bag's a spacebar item, never mind. But yeah, the Book of Revelations is better, I guess, than Spider Butt. Sort of? Yeah, I mean, it is. Okay, well, we should have taken that earlier, especially when I was playing the shit out of the blood bank. That's a rookie mistake on my part, but oh well. It happens, right? It happens to me, anyway. Don't answer that. Okay, so after this round, we'll just take a quick look and see we're at 93 cents. We can totally afford to get up to 99. That should do it. 99. Perfect. Alright, so we'll take Spider Butt. We could play the, I really want to open some of these gold chests, but, we could play the Fortune Teller. I kind of think it's not necessary. Maybe it's not the worst idea to have bought this Book of Revelations, then. We could play the Fortune Teller to get another trinket, but the Ace of Spades is a really good tarot card when it works. You know, if it gives us a 2 of Hearts, if it gives us 2 of Diamonds, it's probably meaningless at this point. There you go. If it gives us a 2 of Spades or 2 of Clubs, that would be amazing as well. Or if it gives us the Joker, which is really the one that we'd be looking for, that would be amazing. So I probably will try to avoid using the Devil card here. We are against regular Mom, which is AKA normal Mom, medium difficulty Mom, basically, as opposed to the red or the blue editions. Blue in particular is a real pain in the ass, but I would say that, you know, up to, like, the Depths Part 1, this was it was a lost run. We were going to end up losing it. But now we actually have a very legitimate chance of pulling something out here. We have the Compass. We have, a decent amount of damage now, almost exclusively because of money equals power. In fact, maybe even, like, legitimately exclusively because of money equals power, but, sure, we made it work. We have good HP. Leverage to trade for another deal with the Devil, if possible. And maybe a good head on our shoulders. I feel like I've been playing pretty well today, so I think it's a realistic chance. Meat is an awesome upgrade. Mom's purse allows us to do some good stuff here, but meat is the real good stuff. But yeah, moving on. Not an XL floor, which is fine. I mean, oh, that's potentially amazing. Okay, 2 of diamonds is actually like meaningless for us right now, so it's not like I'm gonna end up spending a lot of money. The devil card is likely gonna end up, like 99% likely to end up being a better card for us, unless something drastically changes. But anyway, I'm not fairly likely to drop, you know, 80 cents on a judgment or something like that, so I don't think 2 of diamonds is gonna end up being too powerful for us. The reason I got Book of Revelations, by the way, is, you know, I realize that I probably will end up fighting Death or Conquest here, and that's gonna be meaningless, but the, fact that we can basically use that, it's almost like we've got a wafer because we have Nun's Habit. So basically every time I get hit, that's going to be worth half of the Spirit Heart. So I only take half damage as far as I'm concerned right now, which is excellent for me. So that's why I took that instead of Spider Butt. If I had a better offensive item, I would probably be prone to take that offensive item over the Book of Revelations, which is kind of, I love Book of Revelations, or I loved it for a long time, but I kind of consider it a little muted in terms of its usefulness. Now, it's not as bombastic as some other items, that's for sure. But I think in this case, it was actually situationally the right play, so I feel pretty good about it. We're not going to be winning any boiler races, like with the time that we're putting up here, but it's proof that a run like this can work, and that's basically what I was hoping for, a deal with the devil. Coming after this with Horror Babylon and the ability to fly, both of which are meaningless. Lord of the Pit would give us a speed upgrade. Big whoop. So we go down to the next floor. Unfortunately, deals with the devil have been largely worthless for us, but to be honest with you, that just makes me feel a little bit better about our play so far, because it's like we didn't really have very many advantages at all, except the best item room. I think it was an item room. Might have been a cursor, but I think it was an item room that paid out with money equals power. Were it not for that, we would be in a much different situation. Yes, there probably is some value in using the strength card, but I just want to make sure that on, you know, a Curse of Darkness floor, I don't end up accidentally, that was such a good spider there, that I don't accidentally end up forgetting the devil card and end up losing against Isaac or Blue Baby as a result. Now, golden chests are completely openable. Yeah, I had a feeling that I would get hit there, but that's okay because we were able to use Book of Revelations as a result. Didn't lose any red hearts, I think. We could have 2 Polaroids. Spoilers, no, we can't, actually. This is a tough room. It's a very tough room. Luckily, Gertie Jr. took out his fly for me. I don't know who to kill first, honestly. It would be ideal, I guess. This is one of the few rooms where probably Spider Butt would be better than Book of Revelations. But anyway, I think we're going to get out of it without taking damage. Oh, that was so close. That was very, very close, but we made it. Yeah. Nothing much more to say there. Shall we move along? Let's go up, I guess. I don't know. I hate running into Curse of Blindness. Curse of Blindness is like specifically added to nerf the compass, right? Like there haven't been any conspiracy theories I've seen about that, but I feel like Ed watched like a bunch of Isaac videos and then was like, man, the compass is really strong. So in Wrath of the Lamb, the curse that doesn't allow you to see the map becomes a real pain in the butt. And deservedly so, maybe. The compass is still amazing, so anything that balances it out a little bit is not necessarily a bad thing. So yes, I have the Empress card. Why am I taking the Empress card when I, like, yelled about the Strength card? Basically because I know that even if I ended up not remembering to get the Devil card back, the Empress card is on par with it. So it's okay to forget about the Devil card and take the Empress card with us. But now we're going to use the Empress card to fight Envy, and then we will use the Devil card, presumably on the Isaac boss fight. Very, very kind of tactical run here, where one decision could end up making a pretty big difference or a pretty big impact on our run. Looks like we're probably going to get, if anything, Shoop the Whoop here. Doesn't look like there's any blue Envy things, unfortunately. Yeah, so Shoop the Whoop is maybe a likelihood here, which sucks. We don't have a reroll, so, or we don't even have a D6, so wanted to stay to see if those were accidental tinted rocks or surprise tinted rocks. They were not. Okay, the Devil card. Maybe we go down now. You know what Devil card backwards is? Dracula. That's a joke that you should watch the NLSS. If you don't watch the NLSS, you'll get it. Or play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I guess. Now, okay, survived and actually profited a Spirit Heart. Golden chests showed up like all the freaking time until now. Until I had keys, golden chests showed up like crazy. Now that I have them, they're not here. That's okay, I guess. We can probably still exhaust our key supply on the chest. Maybe the cathedral if we find golden chests there. Of course, this is all assuming we actually end up beating Mom's Heart, which I think is, at this point, an extreme likelihood. So we're just gonna hang out in kind of like the top half of the map. As the enemies come in, we'll just make sure we're keeping ourselves out of harm's way with respect to our doppelganger. Don't even need to pick up the penny. I mean, we should, like, keep it on the ground just in case we end up spending some money on a judgment, but, you know, it's not a huge deal. We ended up picking up more keys as a result of that golden chest. That's my kind of payout right there. Let's see what we've got in our curse room. Could be a free deal with the devil item. Is not, unless Troll Bomb is a deal with the devil item now. It's not, but let's move on to fight Mom's Heart. Making good progress now. Actually, making good time, in my opinion. And I expect that Mom's Heart will be super easy for us. We're not doing incredible damage, but we have a nice supply of bombs, an adequate supply of bombs. When we hit Mom's Heart, we're doing a decent amount of damage, and I think we'll be able to get out of this one okay. And of course, maybe the most important upgrade for the Mom's Heart fight, we can fly, which means that I don't have to worry about the creep when she starts continuously firing bombs, which is very important when it comes to just making sure that you have enough health to survive the cathedral, which comes next, obviously. So far, so good. We're 5 bombs deep. Used them all effectively so far, and Duke of Flies is going to get a little bit of a chance here, but I think we'll be able to get her into permanent bomb state as she spawns Chub. Maybe just before she spawns Chub? No. And actually, I think we are going to have to fight Chub the whole way here, which again is not a big deal, because we do a ton of damage, and Chub, he's got HP, he's tanky, but not tanky enough, especially considering we have the speed necessary to get out of his way. So I would expect that he'll be, yeah, dead right now, basically. And immediately, that's so cheap that she started firing bombs, like, before she even took damage. Unless she took, like, 1 hit of damage from an orbital or something like that. Woe is her. Anyway, hold down the right arrow key to win this boss fight. My cat is walking in front of my screen. That's going to make things a little difficult. No, okay, turns out we didn't take damage there at all. That's nice. And we finished the job. Okay. So an extra Spirit Heart we gained on that floor, or yeah, I think we gained 1 on that floor, but we also gained 1 on that fight specifically, which is good. I mean, the Mom's Heart fight is oftentimes, because I've had it so often and focused on it so often, one of the easiest fights, or one of the easiest rooms in general that I think you can end up with on the womb, so that's good. Or not unexpected, I should say, that we gained some health there. Monstro 2 is basically, you know, at this point, it's the automatic room for us. 2 Monstro 2s is like 100 times harder. 1 Monstro 2, basically automatic, unless I fuck up like an idiot. Now, does seem like we'll probably be able to find our boss room pretty quickly and easily here. If I just watch out and be safe, I should be okay against Greed. We haven't really picked up damage upgrades too much since the last time we fought Greed, but alright, we might have doubled our damage, actually. You know, somewhere in between hasn't changed at all and doubled, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Normally, I guess, I mean, normally, by this point in the game, we wouldn't play the Blood Bank, so I don't actually need to preface that by saying normally, but we're not going to play the Blood Bank here either. Just too risky, and we don't need the HP. At all. Like, or sorry, we don't need the HP, but we definitely don't need the money at all. We'd have to spend it to get any benefit out of it, and we're probably not going to have much opportunity to do that. So, let's just keep going to town on Daddy Longlegs here. If he could just, like, shoot out some spiders a couple times, that would actually give me a chance to do some damage to him. There we go. Well, we had a chance to do some damage to him. And if I just kind of stay close-ish, we should be able to hit him with orbitals, but annoying fight, but we're going to get through it without taking damage. Mostly, yeah, I wanted him to spawn spiders like he did at the very end. Alright, Eyeless Ooze Guy's most difficult fight of the floor so far, maybe? Either him or Daddy Longlegs, but then we're going to have Isaac, and this is what we've been waiting for. This is why we've been holding onto that devil card for ages. I think we're going to come out of this just fine, but it should be by far the hardest test we've had so far. Good thing is, we have a full suite of orbitals, so I'm probably just, with our rate of fire, I'm probably just not going to dodge. Because there's just going to be too many shots coming in for me to parse them effectively, I think. But remember, we basically have the wafer, because every time we get hit twice, I will be able to put on another Spirit Heart. And it's going to be a long fight here. Again, our damage is good from like a room standpoint, but not great from a boss standpoint. We only got hit once there during that opening segment, and I would consider that to be pretty good. We're about halfway done. Still only 1 hit down. We'll see what we get on the chest, because it does look like an inevitability that we'll make it there now. And if we end up succeeding on this run, I'm going to be really, really pleased with the way that things shook out. I mean, again, whenever I give myself a lot of credit, I want you to keep in mind that I'm only as good as the items that I get the vast majority of the time. So, you know, basically on this run, it's just I kept myself alive long enough to finally get 1 item that made it possible for me to succeed. So I do give all credit to the troll engine, of course, but I do feel pretty proud about this so far. I shouldn't be talking as if the run's over, but even just beating Isaac on a run like this feels really nice because we were in a position that it looked like it might not be plausible. So we lost 1 Spirit Heart total on that boss fight. We did have the Devil card, that helps out a great deal, but let's see what we get. Ghost Baby, Shoop the Whoop, Homing Bombs, and PhD. Well, we might as well pick up Bobby Bob-omb. We might as well pick up Ghost Baby. We're not going to pick up Shoop the Whoop. I guess we should so it doesn't show up later, but it doesn't really matter at this point, I think. And we're not going to pick up PhD yet. We're going to wait for a good moment to pick up PhD. What's a good moment to pick up PhD? When we're a few red hearts down, it'll take us back. It doesn't give us full health, I think. I think it gives us like 3 or 4. So when we're a few red hearts down, we can pick that up, and that'll be really useful. Or, of course, if that doesn't happen, if we just find pills and we want to make sure that we're gonna get something half decent. We know that there's... Do we know that there's full health pills? There's 1 full health pill in the rotation at least, but... well, I mean, not 1 total in the whole game, but we've seen 1, I think, unless I'm gonna get confused with an earlier run. So there's 1 room down. Spider room is actually... oftentimes this is one of the more difficult rooms we'd come across, but this one is actually easier on our run, I think, even though I did almost take damage. Hopefully this is the right way. We definitely... this is fairly normal kill order here, but we want to kill... Gluttony, no, sorry, we want to kill Sloth last here, so we'll kill Gluttony first. Gluttony has the least HP out of all of them, I think. That was bad damage. Whatever. Replace the Spirit Heart we got hit with the... Or we got hit for with another Spirit Heart. And, Silkworms will go down in a couple hits each. That means Sloth will go down soon. This could be a very useful card. 2 of Diamonds. Basically worthless. Not as useful as I thought, it turns out. Let's put some bombs down here. If we can get them to swallow these bombs, I would feel pretty good about things. We do have 5 extra bombs, basically 5 freebies as a result of getting homing bombs. These guys have so goddamn much HP. I hate fighting these assholes. I will use 1 more bomb. And the reason I'm using 1 more is because I would like to save some for the Blue Baby fight, potentially. When I get hit, it could be good to run in and drop a bomb in there. Does some decent damage. Against the Angel Fetuses, could be nice. Probably would lead to me taking more damage, honestly, but... I would also, I mean, I really wish that that tarot card that we'd gotten had been useful. I really wish that instead of, like, having the Ace of Spades, we just had, like, you know, a normal tarot card drop, and then it would be maybe the Devil, the Sun, anything, really. That was bad damage, but whatever. We get an extra charge on our Book of Revelations. This guy has so much HP. He's, like, boss level, like Isaac level. Almost took damage again. This should be the end of him, though. No? Okay. I mean, I guess this is the one that I didn't antagonize the whole time, but still, there we go. I actually got a Spirit Heart back, so that room has turned out pretty well for us. We get a pill, so I guess we run back and take the PhD first. And what do we do with that pill? Do we take it? I mean, maybe we save it for the boss fight just in case it's full health, but... You know, you always want it... If it's an attribute upgrade, you want it as early as possible. If it's a full health, then you want it as late as possible. We don't know what it is, so I'm going to assume that... Oh, it's friends till the end. We'll save that for the boss fight, then. That's useful. Our tears do a decent amount of damage, at least, so that's nice. And I'm pretty sure we're going to win this one. And this feels like a good old... This is not a Hollywood win, right? This is like a good old-fashioned, like, meat and potatoes Sunday roast type win, I think. We took kind of traditional scraps and made something wonderful out of them. Alright, so we'll pop friends till the end when we get into this fight. Should be interesting. I think we're gonna win. I don't know how close it's gonna be. I think we're gonna win handily, actually. So I'm just gonna basically hold down left here, and even though the chest didn't help us at all, it's amazing that we still managed to pull out a half-decent run here. Even if we die on this fight, which is theoretically plausible, although full suite of orbitals plus the way that the fight is going so far makes me think that we're probably in the clear. Yeah, this was a good one. I had a good time here. I didn't expect to because we were doing so little damage for so long, but we got the job done. Or we're looking like we're going to get the job done. Don't want to get too cocky yet. That was a great, a very great homing shot there. I don't know if I give the credit to the shooter or the shot, but anyway, we're taking way more damage than we did on the Isaac fight, but do keep in mind that I had the Devil card for that fight, so it was over by now. I think, at least. And we'll make sure to make good use of our Book of Revelations. I am out of bombs. That kind of surprised me. But that's okay. Again, even if we just stand still and kind of tank the fight, I'm pretty sure that we're safe because I need to get hit like 14 times to end it in their favor. So let's just get in the middle here, tear them up. And there we go. That was a really good run. I had a good time. If you had a good time as well, Click the like button, it helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.